Every country is different, and every country's laws are different. Sometimes these laws border on the seriously ridiculous, and other times they point to important cultural values that might be different than your own. There are lots of rules and laws that we have to follow, but some places around the world have laws that are so strange it's hard to believe they're real, or even necessary. Don't take our word for it, check them out. Today, we are going to count down some of the weirdest and unusual laws around the world. Starting at number 10, it is illegal to frown in Milan, Italy. What's with the long face? In Milan, the law compels you to smile. It is prescribed by a city regulation from Austro-Hungarian times that was never repealed. This one is just odd. It's illegal to frown unless you're at a funeral or hospital visit. Otherwise, you should be smiling. Although travel websites often report this law, it isn't commonly enforced. It's unlikely you're going to get fined for this one, but Milan has a law that requires people to smile. So turn that frown upside down the next time you're in Italy's fashion capital. Number 9. Chewing gums are banned in Singapore. Singapore's ban on the sale of chewing gum is possibly the most internationally well-known law in the world. Why did Singapore ban chewing gums anyway? Sometimes we all suffer when fools break the rules. After vandals used chewing gum to mess with the mass rapid transit system, and the Housing and Development Board spent $150,000 a year to clean gum litter, Singapore banned all gum substances in 1992. Anyone importing, selling, or making gum in Singapore can get fined and/or jail time, with the exception of nicotine and dental gums offering therapeutic value. Don't get caught blowing bubbles in the streets! Next is number 8. It is illegal to forget your wife's birthday in Samoa. This one is great for all the wives who crib about husbands forgetting dates. With a law like this, husbands in Samoa would make sure they do not give their wives a chance to complain. You will get more than the silent treatment for your wife if you forget her birthday in Samoa. It is unclear how long your sentence would be, but maybe some time apart for you to think about how to make it up to her wouldn't be too bad. Number 7. You cannot be overweight in Japan. Obesity rates in Japan are extremely low, especially when compared to Western countries. The traditional Japanese diet is celebrated for its healthiness, and it's uncommon to own a car in urban areas. Save for sumo wrestlers, Japan created the Metabo Law. This requires people between the ages of 40 to 74 to have an annual waist measurement performed at the doctor. Metabo Law is essentially a preventative measure. With ever-increasing numbers of Western-style fast food restaurants opening across the country, the Japanese government established the strategy to keep obesity rates low. Fines will be incurred if men have waists over 33.5 inches or 35.4 inches for women. Next is number 6. In Turin, Italy, you must walk your dog 3 times a day or face a fine. Italy considers itself an animal-loving nature, and in many cities, stray cats are protected by law. If you do not walk your dog at least 3 times per day in Turin, Italy, be prepared to face a fine up to 500 euros. To enforce the law, Turin police would rely largely on the help of tipsters, spotting cruel treatment by neighbors. Turin has the most stringent animal protection rules in the country. They even banned fairgrounds from giving away goldfish in bags. People will also be banned from dyeing their pet's fur, or any form of animal mutilation, for merely aesthetic motives, such as docking dogs' tails, under the law about to be passed in the northern Italy city, so no pink poodles here. Number 5. Is it illegal to change the light bulb in Australia? Okay, we know this sounds a bit ridiculous. Why would it be illegal to change a light bulb? Surely that's a joke. Under Victorian law, changing a light bulb without a valid license to do so was against the law. Taking your light into your own hands brought a fine of $10 Australian dollars. However, a revision to the 1998 Electricity Safety Act updated this law. A spokeswoman for Energy Safe Victoria said that, while the Electricity Safety Act makes it illegal to do your own electrical work if you are not licensed, changing a light bulb and removing a plug from a socket were specifically exempted from this requirement under Order in Council G17. Next is number 4. Married women in Bolivia can only be served 1 glass of wine. If you're a single woman in La Paz, Bolivia, drink up, but if you are married, it's just 1 glass of wine for you. This law is only relevant in public establishments, such as restaurants, bars, and public events. The reason for the odd law are that any quantity more than a glass would cause women to become sexually and morally lax. There is little else known about the origins of the law, except that it was created to prevent the men from receiving unwanted flirtation from women. Even though this sexist law has been protested over the years, it can still be cited according to the law as ground for divorce. However, it has rarely ever been successfully enacted as grounds for divorce in modern times. Down to number 3. Swearing is a no-no in UAE. Dubai is very conservative when it comes to bad language. Swearing, profanities, insults, and all kind of vulgar language are considered obscene acts, as is making rude gestures, and offenders can be fined or jailed. Under Article 373 of the UAE Penal Code, swearing disgraces the honor or the modesty of a person. This isn't just for saying the inappropriate words aloud. It includes indecent physical gestures and extends to your text messages and social media as well. Not even indecent emojis are allowed. If you have a potty mouth, be sure it's in check before you visit. Number 2. You cannot die without pre-purchased burial plot in Sarpouins, France. It's not really clear this can be enforced, but in 2008 the mayor of the French village of Sarpouins issued a decree banning residents from dying in his territory unless they owned a spot in the overcrowded cemetery. Speaking to the AFP, he said he decided to take the radical measure in protest against a legal ruling preventing him from enlarging the burial ground in the village of 260 people. The mayor of Sarpouins issued a statement saying all persons not having a plot in the cemetery and wishing to be buried in Sarpouins are forbidden from dying in the parish. Offenders will be severely punished. What kind of punishment you give the dead, however, is of yet unclear. Finally, we're on number 1. It is illegal to climb a tree in Canada. You think you can just climb a tree in Canada? Why not? There are a lot of them, right? Expect to pay a hefty fine if you get caught doing so anywhere in the province of Ontario. Apparently, you can't climb stuff in Toronto parks. I wonder if it's even possible to obtain a permit. It would be funny to apply to Toronto parks for one and see what happens. In 2013, one young tree climbing enthusiast earned himself a $365 ticket for climbing one in Bellevue Square Park. Globally, laws range from the weird and wonderful to the downright peculiar. No stealing, no vandalizing, no speeding. We all think we know the law, but the rules you think you know can change drastically once you go abroad. In some countries, the most innocuous acts, such as drinking water or stepping on money, could land you with a fine or even a lengthy jail sentence. Okay, that is it for today's video. Which of these laws do you find extremely weird and unnecessary? Comment it down below. Also, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel, District 10 TV, for more videos like this. You may check out our previous videos as well. Thanks again for watching, and see you in our next video.